What's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT review to Fallout from NXT Deadline last Saturday. Listen, I know I didn't do a review for it. I didn't do a lot of reviews over the weekend, which I probably should have, but I've been very busy, so I could not get a Deadline review. But I will get the Fallout review of this show, which we did kick it off with the Iron Survivor Challenge winners, Roxy, who was cutting a promo, but Grayson Waller showed up like a Hummer, basically talking about, how good he was out there in the whole Iron Survivor Challenge thing. He's going through the crowd. Roxy is, trying to tell him to shut up and stuff. But Waller says, hey, I won, okay? I won, all right? The only reason why you had it, well, you're Booker T's favorite wrestler and everything, and, yes, and stuff. But don't finish the match because, it's almost time for your bedtime at the beginning of the show. Roxy said she was number one. Waller basically said I was hanging out with some reality TV stars about this victory and stuff. And, basically Waller says you're not going to beat Mandy. Braun Breaker came out there basically, calling Roxy, hey, man, you are the Iron Woman. You lasted all 25 minutes in that match. And, nobody gives a damn what Waller thinks. Fans chanted Roxy. Waller called Breaker Bronathan for some reason, and basically say, listen, how about that jaw? How's your jaw feeling, huh? And listen, I got 2 pinfalls in the few first seconds, okay? Listen, it's not about memories, it's about, make moments and stuff. I got the win. It's not about who survives, it's who can get the most wins, okay? Right after Breaker went after Waller in. Mandy ended up attacking Roxy. They did went to the doctor's checking on JD McDonough and stuff. I don't know, he didn't allow the talk to see he was medically clear. He didn't want the doctor to talk or anything. Didn't talk about the Creed brothers and stuff because I guess one of their knees are messed up. And as they're done talking, I guess got a match later on. Roxy's back still in the ring saying we don't gotta wait till New Year's Evil. We're gonna do this match tonight for the title. So that was going to happen later on with Roxy and Mandy Rose. Right after that, Wesley was headed to the ring. Stacks ended up attacking him then as, Tony D'Angelo was cheering him on. Basically had a match with Wesley and Stacks. Wesley ended up getting the win. Right after Dijak came out after that and looked on as Tony D'Angelo attacked from behind and then kind of looked at Dijak then, telling, Wesley, you need to keep your head on a swivel and stuff. Drew Gulak, back in NXT once again, talking to Duke Hudson, DL and Andre Chase wondered if he was trying to transfer and stuff, but he's not. And everything, he just was talking about the whole Damon Kemp thing coming on tonight because Drew Hudson had a match with Damon Kemp happening later on. Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane went against Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley. Kane Carter and Casey Canzaro on commentary. Basically, it was a DQ, given that everybody started brawling with each other out there. So, DQ finish. Right after that, Mello and Trick was in the back talking about what happened on Saturday. Mello basically talked about, he would have won that match was 30 minutes, and they talked about the whole thing with Axiom doing that dive, and Mello telling Trick to delete that photo. He's going to take care of it. He's going to have a match with him next week. Von Wagner went against Odyssey Jones. Good little match between 2 big guys out there. I know Malik Blade ended up getting a cheap shot on Wagner, kind of getting payback on him. When Jones hitting the big running crossbody, beating Von Wagner out there. So that ended up happening. What else? Big Body Hobby, Javier Bernal, basically talk about the big body believers and the big body bandits, or the ballers, or the bulldogs, and McKenzie even wanted them to lose and stuff. Which he went against Eichmann Jiro and he ended up getting the win. I will say the Javier dude's pretty funny. Him and McKenzie, I don't know, I find their segments hilarious in a way. They end up having scripts, this bad looking superhero, which is actually Reggie and whatnot. I don't know, man. His gear still looks kind of cheap. I don't get where they're going with him. I guess it's better than when he was just Reggie flipping around, but now he scripts all of a sudden. So I don't know. Wendy Chu talked about Cora Jade and glad she didn't win on Saturday, but talked about throwing drinks in people's faces and how she was at a slumber party as a kid and it was like PTSD and, throwing drinks and stuff, so it kind of messed her up. The New Day came out as they're the new NXT Tag Team Champions. New Day talk about, now they got the most tag team, tag team. What is it, like 15-time tag team champions? That it's a record now. You can hear Booker T says, no, I'm 16. Okay, Kofi says, it's a special moment and stuff. I know Booker T's mad and everything because they talked about the Triple Crown champions and Booker, New Day's got all these accolades and stuff, and with Kofi being a 15-time champion, Triple Crown winner of singles and tag team championships. Crowd started chanting for Woods then. And, Woods says, I started on NXT here 10 years ago before I was called up to the main roster. And my first match on NXT and the first ever televised NXT match was against Big E. So, before he was called up and everything. So, that's kind of interesting to know. I think I've known this already years ago, though. But it's still cool to hear, especially after this long. Woods says, there's one thing missing that he couldn't do with NXT was that win any gold. But now he's got some gold in NXT and they were going to celebrate. Pretty Deadly came out then saying you ruined our Christmas and stuff, which, no, Santa's in the crowd. We would never ruin Christmas, as the New Day said. But you guys lost the World Cup, so you're not getting these titles back and everything. As Kofi, I out-twerked you and stuff, and, you guys want a title shot, right? Okay, all you gotta do is say the Pledge of Allegiance, and Briggs and Jensen came out, and everybody's just, Pledge of Allegiance stuff, America, fuck yeah, I guess, they're all saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and it was that easy. And then Briggs and Jensen get a title shot, and they start singing the Star Spangled Banner then or something like that. So, I don't know. They just got all full-on America mode for some reason. But yeah, New Day are the new NXT Tag Team Champions, which I'm still kind of surprised to see. JD McDonough went against Brutus Creed. I know Sangha and Veer were out there, ended up taking the chair away from McDonough from using. I guess McDonough ended up winning on his own, ended up hitting the Devlin slide. The Devlin slide for the win. So McDonough ended up winning from there. What else? Zoe Stark talked about Nikita Lyons mocking her on TikTok and saying she's a waste of roster space and that she's the real talent. The Isla Dawn promo talked about Alba Fire. I still think I don't know what that was with that poison they did with the ref. But that's some Bray Wyatt shit, okay? The black goop thing, that's like the Bray Wyatt Bliss thing all over again with like making Randy Orton throw a black goop right now. So I don't know. Lyra Valkyrie made her debut against Amari Miller. Valkyrie. Oh, sorry, not Valkyrie, but Valkyra. I'm sorry, Lyra Valkyra. She's like a bird they keep trying to go with, like a falcon or something they're going with. So interesting gimmick, I will say. Something you might probably see out of WoW look like, or maybe Lucha Underground, given the video they shot out there. Not a fan of the big rain effect. Maybe the smoke, yeah, but the rain effect is like it's just using cheap graphics and stuff on there to try to make it, the entrance look cool and stuff. Axiom, making jokes about, you could see it on my face. You could see my face, which he has no face. So, I don't know. Kiana James had a gift for Jensen back there. Saying you'd be happy, got a tag team title shot. They end up having Toxic Attraction. Ivy Allen, Tatum Paxley and Kane and Kiana brawl once again. Duke Hudson went against Damon Kemp. I know Gulak was out there, again, chase his face for a second. Duke Hudson just doing anybody's move out there, even like hulking up and he doing like the Dusty Bionic elbow, even tuning up the band, hit a big boot with Duke Hudson getting the win. I think they would be doing something with Damon Kemp after that ambulance match, but not much I see. So I didn't really think he'd be taking an L right here. In the main event, though, we had Roxy versus Mandy Rose for the women's title, and man, Booker T was putting her over as his top student, or one of his top students. Even saying she's a former, Booker T's from Reality or Wrestling champion and Ring of Honor. He actually mentioned Ring of Honor Women's Champion on here too, which he was like putting her over like crazy. Very good match though, and I was almost surprised it happened. But yeah, good match. Roxy got the win, hit the pop rocks on Mandy Rose, and finally the reign is done. This whole 400 something day reign is done. Roxy is the champion. Booker T was very excited, just ecstatic that she won, saying we did it. And y'all gotta give it to Booker T. Come on, of course he's really happy. That's like one of his top students out there, and he was that proud of her for winning the championship. Because like I said, what they say, like a year ago, this woman was the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, and had like WWE, she's had a hell of a year, WWE, and World Way that somewhat ended off of becoming the new NXT Women's Champion, and then the reign of Mandy Rose. So finally, we got somebody to beat Mandy. Finally. So does Mandy move on to the main roster? I don't know. Which, again, she's more than ready to go to the main roster, okay? She reinvented herself in NXT. I think she did really good later on in matches, I'll say that, especially once they got the Worlds Collide. But she has really reinvented herself in NXT, and I think it's time for her to go back to the main roster now. But a very good match, though. Roxy is the champion. And I did see a photo with, kind of have to show her and Booker T, as Booker T holding her arm up. So, like I said, Booker T got to be real proud right now that one of his top students is winning a big title on here. So other than that, comment, subscribe, find me on Twitter, Hood Knight 90. I'm out of here. See you guys then. Peace.